In today's video, we're going to show you a super cheap and simple method of getting up to 10-degree cooler air from your central HVAC system. I'm going to explain exactly how this works, but I feel like any homeowner can do it, and it's becoming more and more critical as it gets hotter and hotter this summer. So this can come in clutch in keeping your family cool this summer. So with that, let's jump right into it. Okay, so here are the three things that we're going to need to tackle this project. The first and foremost is going to be this water valve that is created to fit a regular hose bib. And all it is a solenoid. And what it does is when it gets 24 volts, it just opens this and allows water to go through. Then we will also need a calcium inhibitor or a calcium filter. This keeps that hard calcium off of your AC unit. So we're going to attach this to our hose bib. This is going to go in line. And then we're going to install the third item, which is just some simple hose with that fitting that goes right on the hose bib and these nozzles. Now this is just a kit that you can put on a fan and spray and mist, and it creates a cooling effect for humans. The same is true for our AC unit. Now you may have seen me promote the Cool and Save in the past. I still definitely promote that product. If you don't want to do this work, you can pick up the Cool and Save. It has a paddle on top, but this is a cheaper method and it doesn't have a paddle. The design is kind of similar. So instead of using a paddle when this fan turns on to signal that water to turn on, we're using this device. So we're going to run 2 wires into our unit. Very simple. It's just going to take those 2 wires from the contactor and it's going to attach here. And as soon as the AC unit comes on, this will spray. So nothing is going to sit on top. We're just going to have our nozzles on the side, and then we can mount this wherever we want. So these are the 3 basic components. All of this was less than $50. And the great part is that it's all universal. So you can adapt this for your system. It doesn't have to be for a specific size unit or whatever. You can put as many of these nozzles as you want. You can just zip tie them on, as we're going to show you here in just a minute. So that's the basic concept here. The first thing that we're going to do is find a suitable location for this. And then we're going to open up this side panel and show you what we need to do in here. All right, so here's what we've come up with. I think it looks really nice. Alternatively, just for demonstration purposes, I put this here. If you don't want this exposed, you can put it on the back side. I have pretty limited room back there, but we totally could have done this. And we're just gonna put on 2 little crimp connectors there that will slide on. So this is what we've got. We're gonna cut these and then start figuring out where we want all of our nozzles to be. So I'll probably have one here, one on the front side, and one on this side. We don't want it spraying towards the foundation. And being as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have 5 nozzles, we could place up to 5 nozzles here and basically double the capacity. So we could put 1 here, 2 here, and 2 there. That would be a total of 5. We might do that just to get as much out of this as we can. And the beauty of this is to take these off, all you do is push on this fitting and then this hose will simply slide out. So it's really easy to modify this however you want it. And we've got plenty of hose, so we can just cut this as we go and you can tailor it to your unit. So we'll get started on doing that, and we'll just do a time lapse showing kind of what we're doing here. So this is super easy. You just pull down and it will pop out. So we don't really need these small pieces. We're just gonna separate the nozzles from the rest. And then I don't even think we'll need this. You might be able to find a use for that. But basically we're just gonna go in line until we get to the end. So just to kind of give you a close-up of what we're doing. So we're just gonna bend these zip ties to where it makes kind of like a U shape. Locate where you want it, and then we're just gonna feed it through like that. And that's one other advantage to this, is that you can zip tie this exactly where you want it, and it's gonna ensure that that nozzle doesn't ever move, which I really like. And then we just push our hose in, and we'll continue on to the other side. All right, folks, here is the final product for the misters themselves. So we come out of the filter, we just come up, we have one nozzle there, one here, everything is nice and symmetrical. Then we jog over here, we've got two on this side, then we go around the unit, it's just zip tied on the back side, no nozzles there, and then one final one here. So 5 nozzles total. That means we're gonna get the most possible misting on this unit to get the optimal cooling. And we even had a bunch of zip ties, so you can design this however you want, specific to your unit, and that's the beauty of going this route. So the last thing that we need to do is just wire up our solenoid, which again is very easy. It's just 2 wires, so that's all we'll need to do there. So we're gonna pull our disconnect or turn the breaker off for the unit, and then we'll pull this panel off and show you what needs to be done in here. All right, so we have the cover taken off here. The disconnect is pulled on the unit, so there's no power. So one thing is you will need some wire and a couple of connectors. You can get these on Amazon. Most DIYers, I feel like, will have these kicking around. So these ones in particular have a cover, so everything is completely sealed up once this is put on. So even if, you know, a drip of water gets on here, it's not going to hurt anything. If you wanted to, you could then spray this with some sort of sealant. The other thing is wire. A lot of times you'll have an extra length of wire sitting right here, and literally all we have to do is go from these wire nuts to this, which is about less than a foot of wire. So I'm just gonna see if I can pull this and get about a foot of wire and use that thermostat wire, and it's gonna be super basic. All we're doing is going from one of these wire nuts to one of these lugs, and from the other to that one. So as soon as this gets 24 volts, it will close this circuit and the misters will come on with the unit. So in essence, we're just duplicating what we have going to the contactor. So one of these wires has 24 volts. It doesn't matter which one. So let's just say this blue wire has 24 volts right now, but there's no common. So as soon as you get common, this energizes, pulls the contactor in, and we're essentially doing the same for this. As soon as we get common, this will open and let water through. This is a normally closed solenoid, and that is by design. So make sure you purchase the one I have linked, as it's a normally closed, not normally open. Otherwise, you'll let water in, and then as soon as this is energized, this will turn off. All right, so we got this wired in. So we just have our 2 lugs here. Again, doesn't matter which goes where. And then the wire nuts here are basically the same. So we just have both threads attached to one. Doesn't matter which one, as long as both threads are attached to one, both whites to the other, that is fully complete. So we're just gonna push this back in, put our cover back on, and we'll be ready to fire up this system, of course, once we attach our water hose. All right, folks, so here's the finished product. So we ended up putting some Teflon tape on this. It had a small leak, easy fix, so that's sealed off. And I wanted to mention too, if you don't have hard water, you don't necessarily even need this, but in areas where you do have hard water, you definitely want to have that calcium inhibitor. The other thing I had to get was a female to female adapter. I got this just in an hour on Amazon. You could probably get them at Home Depot. It was like $3. So I'll add that to the list. Still under $50 for everything here. So moment of truth, we're gonna power this guy on and see what we got. Check it out. So instantly, with no flapper, as soon as we got 24 volts to there, we have mist coming out of all of our ports. And this has a ton of misting action. You can see already how much we have here. We might need to make an adjustment on this one, tighten it just a smidge. This kit also has extra nozzles in case any of them are not. This one's not getting a clean spurt, so we could swap that out. But this is what you should be looking like on the misting. And this is just cooling this whole area. In a past video with the Cool and Save, we've proved that this got 10 degree cooler air out of the vents. I'm not gonna do that today. It's only 88 degrees today. It's not super hot, but I will absolutely do a future video when it's 100+ degrees outside, just to show you how powerful this is. We'll run it for 5 minutes without, 5 minutes with it, and we'll do an update. But this is an awesome upgrade for less than $50 that you can put on your AC and do yourself. Well guys, it is that easy to build this misting system for under $50 and get up to 10 degree cooler air out of your vents. That's absolutely amazing. Now, another thing that can cause you to not have as cool of air as you'd like coming out of your vents is low refrigerant. A lot of people don't realize you can get refrigerant shipped directly to your doorstep from abilityrefrigerants.com. I have videos that show how to recharge an R22 and a 410A system with a small canister of refrigerant from abilityrefrigerants.com. So if you want to check out those videos, I'll make sure and leave them right here. And until next time, you guys be safe. Later.